The clients that work with me are typically corporate clients in medium or large size corporations or bigger teams within corporations, and they are typically manager, director level, and executives, so the C-suite folks. And most of it, the thing they have in common is that they want and or need to be much clearer about some messy situation that they're facing. So some complex situation, they know there are a million different answers, but they're not quite sure what the right one is for them. So they want a safe place, someone who can be a good sounding board for them to just listen to them and help them sort out what's the right next step for them, and then maybe teach them some new skills to take those next steps. I work with some nonprofits, and the range of kinds of corporations can be from high-tech to healthcare to manufacturing, a wide variety of the topics. But often the issues become the same for these executives. The challenges that face organizations today and face the executives in the organizations are how do I deal with a situation where two things are true? Wow, we need to cut our costs and we need to have employees be more successful. And so sometimes those things seem like they might be opposites. But in fact, both are true, and the managers have to figure out a way to deal with both and hold both of those situations. Often I find that the executives are working harder and harder and harder, and they run out of time. There's only 24 hours in the day. They have the same 24 hours that everyone does, and yet they know they've got to sustain a high level of performance on and on and on, not just for a week or a month, but forever. And it's becoming more and more challenging to do that. So I'll work with them to figure out what are those strategies that really can make a difference for them. And we're often talking about small changes that they can make so they can genuinely sustain their life, not just their work life, for a long period of time. The way I work with my clients is to really walk side by side with them. So I'm really a partner with them. I listen deeply to what they're saying. So my approach or my process is not to give them the answers. So typically I'm working with really smart people who need to just sort out and find their way in this challenging time. So that I'm helping to listen to them deeply and often offering different ways of viewing or approaching their situation so they can really transform. I would say my style is calm and calming. Often my clients come in a slightly frazzled kind of a situation or really intense, and they find that by slowing down and working with me and talking with me, that they're able to see new perspectives and see answers where before they couldn't see them. So my calm and calming style often helps them to really find the best answer for them. And at the end of my work with them, typically I'll hear them say, "Oh, I feel so much better. I know what my next step is. Oh, I just needed a path. Once I've got a path, I can go, take action." Or, "Amazing, this new skill we just worked on will really help me be more confident to take this new, really challenging step that they need to take." The value of an external coach, such as myself, is that I provide safety and confidentiality. So you've got to be able to trust that what we talk about doesn't go anywhere. So it's one of my highest ideals to make sure that I am not sharing what I hear from you with anyone. So even if your boss said, "Oh, what happened in this coaching session?" That's not a question I would answer. And we would have already agreed that I'm not sharing that information, so they'd actually already know that I wouldn't do that. But it gives you a sense of safety so that you can work on what's really most important to you and know that it's okay for it to be messy or for you to not know the answers, and that we'll figure that out together, and that I'll be walking with you to figure that out. So the confidentiality piece is one of my highest principles for my work.